spoken to her at length. Her concern is with the condition of cluster two. Okay, it is primarily with the condition of cluster two, with the blankets in the windows and the busted up shades and all of that kind of stuff. And it's, the reason she's concerned about it is because she's had people come to look at her unit as a potential seasonal rental, and they walked away and
Right, I
said,
saw
this place
that.
is done.
Well, but once again,
Give us time to address it.
But
The attorney's on the,
Right.
once again,
I'm just saying
yeah.
that She's been,
Right, that's her
lost,
concern.
she's
Yep.
lost visitors or customers, I guess.
Yeah, but we're
because
dealing
of
with it.
the
It's not like
condition.
we're turning
And I know, but you know how long all that stuff takes too.
Yeah.
And
She has to understand
she
that.
understands that it
Yeah.
takes a long time.
I was gonna say, it doesn't matter if she's a board member or not,
She is
they're
a
moving
hothead.
fast.
Right.
No.
She can be a hothead, so you'd be getting another one of me.
Oh, really?
And I'm just being straight with you guys,
Oh.
because
Well, here, let's
I display passion when something I feel is drastically wrong.
let me ask the question.
I think she's qualified.
Do
for
we
the job.
want to table this until, do we want to table this?
That's what I was
For-
suggesting, but you just said,
Hold-
don't give this guy enough.
Hold on, let me finish. Do we want to table this and see if anyone else steps forward for one more month? Or do we want to take a vote on whether we want to appoint her or not?
I can tell you what I know of both. The only thing I know is the email that Megan sent to all of you. That was her interest, that's all I've spoken to her about.
That was it.
The other is, Mike is also from Cluster Two. He's lived here for 18 years. He's moving down permanently. He will be not here in what I said, July, August,
Yeah,
the summer.
time
He'll be
work,
up
yeah.
north, but he'll be here the rest of the year.
Well, I'd like to, I haven't heard anything about this guy. I would
But
like to-
he's
What's his
not
last
sure
name?
he's
What's his last
interested.
name?
Hol-
Well,
Holm?
give it, table it. Give him another.
Excuse me.
He asked for 2 to 3 weeks to consider it, and I said you can have 7 days.
Well, hold on a
You
second.
have a question for me?
Well, hold on a second, just until we're done.
Okay.
But that's all I know. Yeah,
I
talked-
would like to see some new blood, on some new blood.
That mean you're resigning?
We're getting into one table here. Let's hold off on any more resignations.
I'm not planning to leave right now. So I'd like to see some new blood, and I think somebody walking into this place who notices changes that need to be made can, as long as they're presented in a decent way, can give us some new ideas.
Okay, so she's definitely a candidate, but so is this other guy, so
Well,
why
but
don't we?
They're both
why don't we
Well,
take
no,
it?
no.
He said he would let us know if he was
Right,
interested,
right.
and he asked for 2 weeks, and I said you can have 7 days, because that's when the meeting is.
Yeah.
He did not respond by today, so I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Right. He may be,
Let's put
he may not.
Let's put
Well,
Megan in.
we can.
Well, no, it's not a matter of let's put Megan in. We need to vote on it.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of, we need to vote.
Okay, I'm gonna vote for her.
But are we, Robin, do you have any input?
Robin, unmute yourself, darling.
Take yourself off mute.
I think we should just, wait and put word of mouth out there so that we do have options of other people that might wanna do it. Because a lot of times, not everyone knows that a spot's available.
It was,
It was advertised.
It was
Janet.
advertised to
Yeah.
Cluster Two owners.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually the cluster 5 too, now that Charlie stepped down.
Well,
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
but we
we'll
will.
talk about that one later. That'll be next week.
Yeah, is it an option to put like a memo in our bulletin board on, on the entranceway over near the, mailboxes?
Why?
I know we're limited to what we can put, but it's a whole, I don't know, because that's just the one cluster. If it's, available to put something posting, director position available for cluster 2. Anyone interested, call, Tom or call CNET.
Because we have a candidate. We can
Put her in.
just, all right, can we open it up? Or at least, I know,
Yeah.
Susan?
Who lives there? You know, I've lived here for a really long time, since '79, and I know pretty much everybody there. We've talked many, many times. I have just met Megan, but if you're, talking about between the two, for the years that I've been here, Michael is kind of a troublemaker, so to speak, and,
We're all trouble.
yes, but, he's had some trouble drinking, I won't say, because I'm not a doctor, okay? So, I just would not suggest to put somebody in that position. We've had such a hard time in cluster two, that I would like to do the same thing. I would like to put someone in there that's coming in with a clean slate, and someone new, some fresh blood, and, someone that seems to be, a strong, adult, in the picture, in comparison to the two.
Okay.
And, because it's been a constant problem, and I believe that, we've had many CNS people here, but Michael's been a problem with CNS too at times. So, he was just here, for his last trip, and there was quite a bit going on with his drinking. So, as my personal opinion, as someone living there, I would not like to see a director in that space be a director. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
Does he drive a red Cadillac?
No.
No.
I know what Cadillac you're talking about. Well, maybe I should assume they've read a Cadillac, but, no.
No, I don't know. You just park like somebody who's just drinking. Yeah.
So,
Well, if you don't wanna table this and you wanna vote, let's vote her in. I'll vote for her.
Okay, we're not voting, somebody make a motion, put on.
I'm gonna make a motion then
to appoint Megan.
Appoint Megan Bauer as the director of cluster two. Where doesn't she live?
To finish the term, I'm gonna put that.
She lives in Pennsylvania, and what she told me was that she would be here for the board meetings. She comes down now about once a month for maybe 7 to 10 days, and she's here. So, but she's gonna schedule her trips to be at board member time, or board meeting time instead of at the beginning of the month, is what she's planning to do. And she is planning to be here for the June meeting, if there is a June meeting.
yep, we just said it.
Listen, we gotta move on.
Yep.
Okay.
Seriously, at 8 o'clock, I'm gonna charge you guys extra, because I'm not staying here 3 hours, let's go.
Yep.
Okay.
Move.
All right.
Make-
Make the motion,
Okay.
we'll appoint her.
Do you wanna second it?
We have a second?
Table? Mike?
I'll
Okay.
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Nay?
Robin, you gotta vote aye or nay.
Unmute yourself, dear.
Robin?
Yes,
Are you voting yes to Meg, are you, for or opposed to Megan?
I'm opposed.
Why?
Okay.
Well,
Motion fails.
tie.
Or tie, well, I guess it's a tie, so then what?
Nothing.
Next
Okay.
meeting, right?
All right.
We'll table it, put it on the next meeting.
Yep. All right, moving on, consideration of donating a bush program.
No, he was opposed, he didn't vote.
Oh.
A bush?
2 yes, 2 no.
Why? Why?
Let's move on to consideration of donate a bush program.
Donate a bush. This was my idea, because as I drive around here, I see a lot of holes in our landscaping. As I walk down the sidewalk, behind cluster 3, 4, and 5, there are a lot of holes where plants have been. 59th Street is actually our main entrance into Pebble Springs. And there's an awful lot of space for shrubbery and things like that, but none of us have a lot of money to be able to put forth a whole planting program. So what I was thinking was, if people would be willing to donate a little bit of money here and there, and I mean, it may take us 8 months to get enough money to do a section. But if they're willing to donate a few dollars, we would be able to start working on some of these things to improve the appearance. I realize we probably have to wait a while on 59th Street only because of the construction that we're gonna be faced with soon. But we could start out front, we could start anywhere you wanna start.
You're saying for areas of the master?
I'm saying in the master areas,
okay.
yes.
Because there are owners that actually do,
Buy bushes.
plant
That's-
plants and bushes to beautify around.
That's what we've
Yeah.
done in cluster one.
Yeah. And I've
Most of
done
them,
that. Yeah.
most of them have been paid for by the owners. And, but what I'm saying is that for the master area, because it looks so sparse, and some of the plants are overgrown and they're like dead on the bottom third and the top has stuff on it, some of them need to come out and put some different things in. I know we used to have a list of approved plants, but because of all the hybrids and different kinds of plants that are available now in this area that are acceptable, don't have thorns, are attractive, and so on and so forth, there are a lot of different plants that are available. If everybody threw in $10, we'd have $1,700. If you can't do 10, do 5. If you can't do 5, do 2. If you can't do anything, come help us. Supply water to people who are helping plant or pull wood. Whatever we can do to make the place look a little bit nicer, especially as our new colors come up, we would like to initiate something.
So, do you wanna, I mean, you're
Run it?
presenting it.
Yes, I'll do it.
Do you wanna kind of take the charge of it?
I will do that.
Okay. I think the donations or the funds or whatever should probably come into CNS,
Yes,
into our
absolutely.
master.
So that they can.
And then
they can be
as,
monitored.
you know, you can, hey Nancy, we have $800 or $8,000 in there.
Yeah.
We-
And I mean,
I'll set up a separate line item for you so you can see the funds come in and go out.
there's no obligation.
Okay.
Nobody will be pressured to put money in. If you can't, you can't.
All right.
If you choose not to,
Thoughts?
you choose not to. It's just an idea that might help us get the place looking a little bit
That's fine.
greener.
Yep. Robin, you got any thoughts on it?
I like the idea, I think it's good.
Okay. Michael?
I like it.
Anybody else or not? Anything more?
No.
Any input?
It's pretty simple.
On bushes?
On donate, starting a donation fund,
Yeah.
just
For the bush
to
shrubbery.
help beautify.
Well, we've all been doing it in our own areas, yeah.
Many of them have.
Yeah.
Many people have.
This would
master.
this would be for the master, so it would be anything outside
I mean, I
of
think
the
it's a
inside
great
of your
idea.
cluster.
I think
So
it's a great
like, if you
idea.
Look along the back on 7th Avenue, the fence, how sparse things
Yep.
are there. This would clean it up a little bit. We could get some recommendations from Jesus on what is hardy. 737.
Yeah, you watching my time? That's holy cow.
Okay, that's all I have.
All right.
We're only on the 5th item.
No, hey, we scratched out this item down there.
That's right, we did
fine.
scratch that.
We're fine, there's some items that are gonna be pretty
So
quick.
is that something that we vote on? or-
Yes,
No.
Do you want?
I make a motion that we create a line item or a budget aspect for, donate a bush program or donate funds for beautification. Nancy is the liaison, the money will go to CNS, or go through CNS. And, we can set up times to plant them, or have Jesus do it, or whatever.
And
Everybody-
we would probably get them through him if we can convince him to
Sure.
give us a deal on the
Yep.
price.
Anybody second it?
Get me out of here by 8 and I'll donate to the bush
Okay.
program.
Okay, guys, here we go.
I have
Let's
such
get
a
this
long
done.
ride home.
Consideration of
No,
document update.
hold on. Do we have a second?
I did the first.
Oh,
I'll second.
all right.
Michael did, all right.
All in,
all right.
all in favor?
Or Tom did,
Aye.
Tom.
Aye.
All
Aye.
Motion passes.
right.
All right.
We're unanimous. Here,
We're
okay.
gonna start with a
Consideration-
half a bush out in the front.
Yeah, consideration of
Since you
updating the
noticed half
documents.
is dead. Yeah, that's what we'll start.
All right, consideration of updating the documents.
Next page in your package.
This is to, and let's be very clear on this. This is to take our declarations and make them readable, so we can all read them.
And
This
combine.
is also combining them into one set of declarations that will blanket,
Document,
huh?
not one set of declaration, one
One
document.
document.
One document, not one set of declarations.
With all
One document.
declarations.
Separate
and all
declarations
amendments.
within one document.
Yes,
Addendums incorporated into the document.
correct.
Okay.
Not combining the condominiums.
Right.
because that
Correct.
was
We're
it.
not combining
Not-
anything, we're not combining
your
budgets, we're not
Oh,
doing
God.
anything more than that. We're just cleaning the documents up, getting all of the amendments in there, contractor talk out, maybe wordage, if, as long as we could put it in there in regards of, you know, I know, and I'd still like clarification from the attorney on that, in regards of, you know, language that we could put in there that'll help us, tools to use.
Stop.
Wait a minute.
What is in front of you is combining the documents for a flat fee, all of them together. It is not your changes for later. That
Okay.
is not included
That's
in
a
this at
second
all.
step, isn't it?
Okay.
Isn't that a second step?
That would be way more money.
Great, but it's a second step. is what
Yeah,
we're
that's, we
doing
could
now.
do that after
Down
we do
the road.
this, yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you really need a panel. You gotta get people's input in before you go, you know.
Changing.
Right.
Yes.
This is, and he told you, right, so it's gonna take out all the developer language, which I can't believe after all these years you haven't done yet, like, done the document yet. It's going to combine all of the declaration paperwork, not the condominium. In areas where like the pets, it'll say pets in clusters 1, 3, and 5 cannot be over 15 pounds, clusters 2, 4, and 6 cannot be over 20. I'm making that up, I probably have those
Okay,
figures
Right.
wrong.
that's okay.
It will still identify them separately. It will still talk about the budgets separately, but there will be one budget section, but it will talk about the budgets. There will be one application process section, but it will talk about individual different things that you have. And it will combine them all, and things that are the same, like how to amend the declaration, what the board can and can't do, that are the same throughout, will there just be one section. This is probably too thick for what it will turn out to be. This is what it is now, and this is probably, it'll be about maybe 2/3 of this.
But it'll be readable.
And, yeah, some of these are.
Yeah, and it won't
I
look like
can't
it was
believe
on a
how-
1940s
Well,
typewriter.
and you don't have, and you don't have to read this and then go back through and go, oh wait, there's a or there's an amendment change to it,
Yeah.
so now I need to incorporate this into that. All right.
Okay, let's do
So,
it.
any more questions, Nancy?
This is saying that the firm will make suggested changes?
Based on changes in the law and prevailing practices. So a lot of your declaration is outdated because the statute trumps that.
Correct.
Right. So he'll bring all of that up to date. That's all part of that. Not making changes, not
So
saying.
he'll be looking to 718 and so on.
Yes.
Right, not saying sexual predators can't come in, because you don't have that language. But saying that all applications can be this much, can be that much, you know.
Yeah, that comes later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Robin, you have any input?
I don't know, what is an 80-point checklist? of
Gentlemen, I think we should update it.
Okay.
Now, he did say that if you agree to this, that what he'll do is he'll take a small down payment, he'll get started on it, and if we can budget to pay it in the next year. He did offer that, so,
okay, you're saying to budget the 8,500?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that 8,500 gets split, well, that 8,500 gets split out across 7. the
No,
s-
six.
Or
There's
six declarations.
But here's the thing, to do it fairly, pay it out of the master, because when each of you get billed into the master, you're each getting one 176 share.
Right, so
Sure.
can we
Right,
just,
so-
can we use the found money to pay for this and just get it done?
The found money
wanna
right
do that?
now is covering 4 clusters that haven't had the funds to pay the master back. The master The master bank account
Alright.
ended negative
Alright.
16,000 last month.
Hop over to
Negative.
Winn-Dixie and buy a couple
Yeah,
lottery
no,
tickets
so
tonight.
our dues are, you think our dues went up this year?
No.
They're going up next
No,
year?
no,
Oh, sure they
no.
are.
They're gonna go
Oh,
up.
absolutely.
They're gonna
No, but we
Every-
just found like 2 is gonna pay the
They have
master
to.
back.
Yes.
So 2 is
Yes.
now got the money.
Yes.
We'll look into the others.
We're talking $8,500 to clean up our documents.
Right.
We're not talking,
Okay, I'll make a motion.
well,
to-
hold- no, hold on.
What?
Michael, can you wait 1 second, please? Can I ask
Go ahead.
another question?
Yes.
When we had the meeting last month, there was talk about something that they were gonna do for $1,500, and I don't recall what that was.
That was for him to individually clear up your individual documents, and take the developer language out.
1,500 per cluster?
Yes.
Okay, I misunderstood that.
To do each,
All right.
Yeah.
This is combining.
This is combining it into one document,
I got
so
it.
when you,
Same work, no, actually, this one's a little more involved. This 80 point checklist, when he was doing that, he said take the developer out
right.
and clean them up and put the amendments in. He did not offer to go and bring it up to statutory,
Compliance.
compliance,
Yeah.
with things that have changed.
Okay, I
Okay.
understand now.
All right, no. We need to open it up, right?
Yeah.
Anybody have any comments, input, thoughts?
Okay, I'd like to make a
Okay.
motion.
He says wish list items in here, so I bet you we could maybe get that fee down if we don't do the wish list at the same time, which would be like changing. I'm gonna give you my business advice, the attorney will do it either way you want. You have to get this approved by the owners. If you put all of your changes into one document, this document, one person might vote no because they don't like your parking rule. The next person might vote no because they don't like your predator rule. The next person might vote no because they don't like the quorum amount that you put. And the whole thing fails, rather than giving them those individual things and see if they pass and then combine
Now-
them later.
Now, just cleaning up our documents, we don't need a vote, right? Just.
Yes, you do.
We do need a vote, so that would be on the property.
But that would be an easy one with a cover letter that says, you'll note, if you look at the declaration, we have taken out all the declarant language, and we have combined them, and we have changed nothing. We put your amendments in.
Yep.
We combined them into a nice new thing.
Everybody's still
We
separate.
have changed nothing. Nothing has changed, there's nothing different for you, nothing is gonna change.
Okay.
For
Why,
you.
if there's no changes whatsoever, why would that require a vote of all the owners?
Anytime you want to adopt and file a new declaration, a restated declaration, any kind of declaration. that
Identical
requires a
to
vote.
the previous.
It's not identical, if it was identical, you'd have 6 of them.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they're also gonna be taken on all of the contractors.
Oh, okay.
But even when associations are just restating the exact same thing, just filing it,
Yeah.
then they vote.
Does all of the 6 versions, do they all have different versions?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, all over the place.
It's all over the place. Some amendments are pertaining to cluster 1, 3, and 4, and then the next amendment is pertaining to all the clusters. And then there's another amendment for only 6 and 4. It's all over the place. It is goofy.
Okay.
This would be one
Okay.
readable document. So,
And so it might be a little bit less, it might
Okay.
be that we can get it less than that.
all right. Do I have a motion to,
Yeah, Mike did.
all right,
Already.
second? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Stack pipe, you said we were gonna,
Yeah, the stack pipe we have to table because I do not have the bids, they were, should have been in, but they're not.
All
So we'll
right.
Table that.
so we already did the consideration of alteration building, da-da-da-da-da. So we're.
Please don't say the name
No,
or the address
no.
out loud.
Let's just keep this simple. So we are considering a foreclosure recommendation. The board has reviewed all the stuff. No information being given, nothing. So there's no input from the audience on the foreclosure.
They can comment, but they can't.
You can comment, I guess, if you want, but we can't give you any information on the foreclosure.
This is an owner that owes $7,334.
So, all right, is there a motion to start foreclosure? Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Can I
motion
ask-
passes.
Can I ask one question? Now, it's my understanding that none of us, as board members, can use the information in this letter to buy that unit.
You can't even purchase
We
that
can't
unit
use
as a
it.
board member.
That's what I
No,
wanted to
no.
make sure of.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not, it's illegal.
Nope,
Apparently,
I'm not
somebody
buying
over on
it.
the East Coast was doing that because they
I'm
felt
not
the
But
need
the
to go over that.
association, at some point, sometime can.
I don't even know if you have the right of first refusal, but we'll take a look
Yeah.
at it.
yeah, we'll look at.
But let's,
Because I remember
hang
reading
on.
something where we had purchased a unit years ago and rented it out to.
I was just
recoup-
gonna say,
yeah.
purchasing is one thing. When you talk foreclosure on this, you're not getting the unit.
Right.
You're getting the unit until you recoup all your money. It is yours. You can throw the owner out, you can charge them rent. If they'll pay it, they're not paying now, so I don't know why they would. And then rent it out until you get all of your money, all of your attorney's fees, all of your money that you need for, to put the deed back in the owner's name, the quitclaim deed. And also, you might also want to consider, you're allowed to accelerate your assessment. So you collect from through the rents from the owner, 1 year of assessments in advance, and then deed the unit back. It's not yours to keep, sell, and get rid of, right?
Okay, so we.
Yeah.
And you
already
pay the taxes
did
in the
that.
meantime, and then put that on the ledger also.
Let's see what happens with moving forward with the foreclosure.
Consideration. of
Can I ask a
reasonable
question?
Yeah.
Years ago, we had a very big problem with somebody in one of the clusters where he ended up owing like $12,000. It went so long that at that time, the board said they were never gonna let it go to that point anymore. That if somebody had gotten to the point where they were only 3 or 4 months behind or whatever, that all this process was gonna start happening, so we didn't get to this point. Well, now we're looking at somebody with 7,000. I mean, that's quite a bit of not paying. Why is it taking so long to foreclose? I guess is my point. Why is it taking the board so long to make this decision to cut this?
Because the board's not been working as a board, they've been making individual decisions per
Okay.
cluster, which is a lot of the issues that we've had around here.
Okay.
And so, and now we know, and now we'll be doing this regularly,
Okay.
and looking at these.
And we just learned of this.
We're new administration.
Are
Yes,
you-
last week.
Yeah.
I only been here 3 months.
Are you, as a board, then gonna kind of make a decision, like if somebody gets 3 months, 4 months,
Not
5 months?
tonight, we're running
No,
out of
no,
time.
no, but I
8
mean,
minutes.
at some
Eight
point,
minutes,
will
well,
you
she's
do
not gonna
that?
donate to the bushes.
Yeah,
At some point, you'll do that to come up with a.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
yes, we will create a new resolution for that.
Okay.
All right.
Reasonable accommodation.
Reasonable accommodation for 5956.
Hang on, what am I've started to write reasonable accommodation. What did you say, resolution? Resolution on collections.
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
All right.
Reasonable accommodation 5956, I gave you some information, or I brought it, I don't know if I gave it to you. It's another one of those, handicapped person who's asking for a closer parking spot, they've identified it. You already know about it, because we already signed for it. I mean, you're not gonna deny it, it's an ADA thing, but you have to vote on it, so, to approve it. I have emailed it to everybody, here's the email and the pictures.
Yeah. And obviously, we can't talk about much of the
Yeah.
disability and,
Probably right there.
Is she on the first level? Or upper, is it an upper or lower unit that she lives in?
I don't think that makes a difference. If it's an ADA,
Oh, and there's.
if it's an ADA
That's
thing.
already there,
That's
right?
there.
Yeah, so that makes sense, yeah. All right,
All right,
This is on the visitor side of the property?
Yeah.
yes.
I have no problem.
All right. Motion to create this, or issue the,
To approve the
I'll
ADA.
second.
Okay.
all right.
All in favor?
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Now, just so you know, because we went through this with the last one, the one that was, whose cluster, it was cluster 2 to Park
Yeah.
and Edna's. When we sent the approval, we did send the approval that it was for
Specifically,
that
yes.
owner's vehicle, not his spouse, not his guests, not anybody
Yes.
else. They are subject to be towed, so just that vehicle was approved for that
So is
reserve
that
spot.
gonna be their one and only number of space?
No, it'll be a reserved space.
Okay.
But-
Of the open spaces, that'll be a reserved space for that vehicle, not for that unit.
Consideration of application for 59, what is that?
Okay, I gave you the history here. Okay, well, I'll wait till Nancy's done.
Oh,
Alright, we got 5 minutes.
All right, I gave you all the history here of the attorney's advice. I will tell you, even though he stepped down, this unit and these people have given Charlie a big headache, and he does not want to approve this. So that is why he would like you to deny it, and so I want to be very clear on his position. They, the background, as you can read in the first paragraph, in the first page, it wasn't so great. Regardless of what it was, okay, Charlie denied the application based on credit concerns, financial concerns. And the owner and the applicants came back with an ADA request because he has a disability and they are caretakers. And the attorney advised, and it starts down here at the bottom, and then the second page with the lines is exactly where the attorney advised that you not deny this. Charlie was asking the board, and I don't know if it matters now because again, he stepped down, but he would like you to deny the application. The only thing that I can tell you is that when there's an ADA request and the board denies it, you have to be absolutely 100% sure. I can't give you legal advice. I can only tell you that they can go and get a free attorney. You have to pay yours.
Okay,
So you
so-
need to make sure.
But our attorney, taking our attorney's advice, our attorney recommends we approve it.
We allow it.
Absolutely.
Okay, but what I would like to consider, it says that we can send a request for medical opinion. I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Now, this guy's saying that it's just going to, well, how does he say, how did he say it? It's just going to prolong the inevitable?
Let me ask this question.
Right.
Yeah, it's just gonna delay the
Let me read some of this without reading the name, okay? That's exactly, I would advise that Mr. Blank, age alone makes it rather likely that he will have a health professional willing to confirm that his age and health limit his ability to perform major life activities. If the board would like, I can send a request for medical opinion, but doing so will likely just delay the inevitable confirmation of his disability.
Well,
I'm personally,
Unlawful denial of a reasonable accommodation can have serious
I'm-
consequences, and he goes on.
I'm not interested in, I won't say, trying to contradict. Yeah, sure, my opinion is, no, deny it, kick them out,
but
but,
that's not what this is doing.
well,
It's just confirming that
it's,
what he's saying
well,
is
it's
true.
denying their application.
No, it's not.
What your attorney is advising you is you're delaying the inevitable
we're doing
because
it
at
right,
his age,
right.
he's gonna get a
Right.
doctor to say he needs.
Is he?
Right.
Let's see
Yes, he
if
will.
he does.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
Continue to concur,
Right.
so they can do it.
If they're pushing it this far, then they will.
Yeah.
They have hired an attorney
Yeah.
that is going back and forth with yours right now, so they do have an
And-
attorney and they're prepared.
Delaying the inevitable
I mean, it's up to you,
is,
but-
we're
Costing us
We're,
money.
we're on the register, we're paying money.
Yep.
So we can delay it, but it's just costing us money.
We did try to deny one and not the other, but the attorney advised against trying to split up their
Married
married,
couple.
Yeah,
yes,
that's not
spouses,
gonna
so,
fly.
you know.
So, all right.
It says you can only deny a reasonable accommodation request if it is unreasonable. Unreasonable is specifically defined as imposing an undue financial or administrative burden on the housing provider, or if it would fundamentally alter the nature of the housing provider's operations. Doesn't put a burden on us, the owner still owes us, and it doesn't alter our operations in any way.
I mean,
Are there,
I mean,
how big is the unit?
Two or, there's three people, so, yeah.
And
But
now
three
we
people in a
know.
one bedroom doesn't work,
No,
so.
no, I think
Right, but it's
it's
two bedroom.
two or three bedrooms.
2 or 3 bedroom.
Okay, yeah, I'll vote no, and it'll still pass.
That's
so-
fine.
I'm voting yes.
Well, do we have?
Well,
Taking
the thing is, it's not, okay, it's not the attorney's, it's Charlie, who's not here anymore, wanted to ask the board if you would vote to deny the application based on that. If you're not willing to deny it, don't put the motion on the table and move on to the next item.
So just move on to the next item?
So,
Or we're not voting on
I
it?
mean, you're discussing it, do any of you want to vote to deny this application based on what you just read?
I don't.
If you do, put the motion on the table to deny it, if you don't put the motion on the table.
I don't.
Robin, what's your opinion here?
I'm not gonna put the motion on the table right now. I feel like we have to listen to our attorney and go by what they say. I mean, it's probably a good decision to have them, allow them to, what am I trying to say? Allow their, application to go through. It's probably not, but we have to listen to what the attorney's saying.
To be honest with you, and again, I'm not the attorney, so we'd have to double check, I kind of feel like this has passed the 30-day automatic approved expiration date. That Charlie didn't bring it forth at the last meeting, but I don't know if that was because we were having the attorney here and he wanted it on or what, but I feel like we've passed it's automatically accidentally approved anyway. I'm not positive of that, I can double check, I don't know if it matters.
All right, moving on.
okay,
Consideration.
Last thing.
Huh?
Last thing.
Yeah, consideration of change to cluster 5 roof vents.
So, I said cluster 5, but it's cluster 1.
Oh,
Nancy, are these different vent covers than what you had prior to the new roof?
What we have,
No, a yes or no question. They're different than what was on there before you put the roof on.
I don't think so.
These bullet
We
covers,
have-
whatever they
Bullet
are.
covers.
They're
They're little
round,
screens.
they go right over
Right.
over the pipes that stick out now.
so they're different.
And there's a screen on the top. What's on there right now, before they put them on, is just a piece of screen.
Right.
Okay, so this
This
is
is something
exactly
that's
what
more
they're talking
permanent.
about, that
This is
you
different.
can't do this and sign something for $3,000 and some dollars.
I did it when I was acting president.
Without the board,
Be president or not,
They look
you still,
exactly the same.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
President or
So-
not, you still need to get
So,
the approval.
let's do
I need
the
board
motion to
approval.
do it, and let's not do this anymore after tonight, because after tonight, the money comes out of your individual pockets, all of you.
Are you okay with not doing this?
Right.
I can't not do it because we're getting grants.
Look, I'm saying going forward, are you okay with not doing stuff like this? Okay, just make it,
Well,
just,
it's-
just.
I don't understand why this is called into question right now, because they look exactly the same. You'd never know. You would never know.
It
You
doesn't matter.
can't change something and
Doesn't
say, it
matter.
looks the
We're
same,
not
so don't worry
changing
about it.
anything.
No,
It's up to
this
date.
is, listen, this is why Charlie wanted it on, this is why Michael has
Of course it
concerns.
is.
You have to understand what they're trying to get through to you, Nancy.
If I'm not getting.
Nobody's gonna deny this, we're gonna make a motion to approve it and go forward, he's getting paid, they're already on there. You
Oh, they're not
can't
on
make,
there yet.
oh, they're not yet? Yeah, you
Well,
can't
Michael
make
is.
a change like that without
It's
bringing
in
it to
with
the
the
board
How
in
would I
advance.
even think that this was a change? Because
Because
the
it's different
pipes,
from what's there, same with the shingles, they're
it
different
looks
from what's there.
exactly the flippin' same.
are,
Then why is it so much more money?
well,
than
hold on.
What we currently.
Are we
Because we
talking
only have
dollar
fuel
amount, or are we
that
talking
currently
physical?
has over the top.
We're
thing.
talking dollar
Most of them
amount.
don't.
So the dollar amount did get
Absolutely.
approved.
It
Putting
doesn't
them on
matter
all
if
of
they
them.
don't look the same.
Right.
I mean, if they look the same.
I
Right.
am missing.
It's
one
the dollar
Because
amount.
I don't
Right.
get it. It's stupid.
Didn't get approval for the dollar amount.
Oh,
Right.
give me
Okay,
the-
so we're not talking about that, we're talking about the dollar amount.
Well, no, both, they said, both, okay? It's not this one, this was signed, like Nancy said, back when she was acting president, and this was all done. This is done.
Yeah, it's done, I'm
It
not
was
saying we
brought
don't
up
approve this.
because this was the example, it just went through now, hang on, I personally, it was included in Nancy's group special assessment monies, all the stuff was included in the project. It was all done, it doesn't need approval now, we approved all that back then.
Right.
The point is the changes, that is what they need you to understand, and this goes for all of you, I'm looking at you because it's your bill, but this goes
I
for all of you,
understand
that
But-
you have to
What
bring
I don't
forward.
understand, is it looks exactly the same as what's there today.
Didn't you just say that right now they have screens, but this has like a little cone over the screen, didn't you just say that?
No.
Yes. The
You
screen
just
is the
described
cone,
it.
the screen is the cone that's on
Right.
there right now,
Okay,
and this fits over it. So
Okay,
that rodents can't pull it off.
okay, but that's something different from what's there now. That's what
What's
we're
the problem
saying.
with
I
just
don't
getting it
understand.
approved?
I'm
See,
not-
if she doesn't
I'm not
understand.
understanding.
If she
That's
doesn't
that's
understand-
different.
Let's-
If she doesn't
let's-
understand,
That's what I'm saying,
then
I
she'll
don't
continue
get it.
to do that.
Well, anything over 1,000 from now on has to come
Has to be
before.
approved, so
Yeah, it has
where
to be
that was the
approved.
problem.
That's
Yes.
it.
We already took care of making a point to anyone
Yeah, but-
in,
And anybody
I got
who
it.
does not put these on their roof,
We
as they're
already-
going forward, is nuts.
But that's not.
we already voted for the
Ask
resolution.
him.
Yep.
We already
Ask
voted for the
him.
resolution,
Right,
and we all understand.
yeah, but.
We all understand
Okay.
moving forward.
No.
Right, but she doesn't understand.
Right.
No,
Right.
I don't understand.
She doesn't get it, so.
Why this is considered something different. I mean.
Because it is